Hello and welcome to Coffee Lovers TV. On the show today, we're going to be enjoying this wonderful coffee from Copper Door Coffee Roasters out of Denver, Colorado. So this coffee from Copper Door is Ethiopia from the Oromia region, which I believe is in Sidama. It says Oromia Sidama on here. The farm they have listed as the Gurachu washing station. Just for your education, in Ethiopia, until last year, it was only really possible to buy coffees through washing stations. You couldn't go direct to most farms because special certification was required and it was too expensive. That's starting to change, but for the most part, most Ethiopians that you see are labeled to a region and often to a washing station. Occasionally you do see them from farms or larger estates. But okay, so Gurachu washing station, it's naturally processed. It's been really delicious. You can see I've been drinking it quite a bit. So just a little bit on Copper Door in Denver. They were actually originally founded in 2006, but were taken over by the current owner, Hannah Ulbrich, in 2014. They're proud to call themselves Denver's only 100% female-owned coffee roaster. That's actually, I think, a pretty big deal. Coffee is a very male-dominated industry. So let's get into the coffee because it's so good. I brewed it up on the Kalita Wave, so I have that here just kind of sitting, cooling off. It's a bit of a lighter coffee, so I like it to just settle a little bit before diving in. The heat can really block a lot of the more delicate and interesting flavors. And this just smells like a really good natural Ethiopian coffee. There's like the definite fruitiness, but there's a rich, sugary, almost chocolatey layer to the aroma as well. Really good, rich, fruity aroma. And I think you'd expect drinking from this to be like assaulted by fruit flavors. It's actually, and we're gonna get into it. I mean, there's some good fruit to it, but it's a bit, I think, milder? Maybe milder is not the right term. We'll get into it, but their tasting notes are hibiscus, raspberry, and soft lemon. I'm not sure I pick up any of that on the aroma. Maybe a little bit of lemon. There's kind of a little poke in the nose that makes me think of lemon. But mostly, this is just a really nice, fruity, natural Ethiopian. I believe they still have this on the site. Either way, I will link to them below once this video goes up. If you see this coffee there, highly recommend it. If not, get something else of theirs. Let's go ahead and get into actually drinking it. So on the aroma of the brewed is much different. So where this is like strong and fruity and sugary sweet and makes me think of a natural processed Ethiopian coffee. If you've had like one of the famous sort of natural processed Ethiopians is Yirgacheffe, which often comes off as blueberries. This isn't like blueberries at all. It's raspberry and a little bit of lemon. But the aroma of the brewed, it doesn't punch me in the face fruity. It's got like I can actually like kind of smell hibiscus, or that hibiscus-like aroma of a tea, but it's got a richness to it as well, which I'm sure is the sugars from the natural process are lifting up the base, so it doesn't, like, you smell a tea and it just kind of smells thin, I guess. I mean, I don't drink a lot of tea, but this has a nice rich base layer. Oh yes. There's no reason to do what I just did other than it entertained me. So when I say it doesn't assault my senses with fruit, there are a lot of natural Ethiopians. Well, there are natural Ethiopians where when you drink it, you feel like you're drinking fruit juice or running through a field of wild berries or something like that. Some of the Yemens are like that as well. This is much more just rich taste of natural coffee, natural processed coffee. So rich, sweeter fruitness and a bit of raspberry floating around through there. And the brightness, I kind of have to think about it to see the brightness. I mean, it's there, like, providing this kind of overall dynamic. So when I taste it, I take a sip, I get smooth and sweet with some bright spikes. I don't really think about the brightness. It could even be like the tartness of a raspberry. But if you think about it, you could see lemon. And I see how they say soft lemon. That's I see descriptions like that on bags of coffee, soft lemon, and I'm like, I don't think I've have I had a soft lemon ever in my life? But I think if you think of, like if you squeeze some lemon, you make some lemonade, fresh squeezed lemonade, if you were to somehow remove the extra sharp tang of the lemon, just like shave off that side of the lemon so you just get the smooth brightness and a little bit of sweetness, that's kind of what it's like. This is very drinkable. Excellent. Wonderful coffee. So that has been this Ethiopia Oromia from Copper Door Coffee Roasters. I met them at SCA. Wonderful people. They're doing really good work with the coffee, with their roasting. I actually also did a review of another coffee from the same region. So I'll link to that below. You can kind of check them out and compare. There are differences. I mean, one of the wonderful things about coffee is you can take the exact same green beans and give them to two different roasters and get two different, completely different tasting coffees. There's a lot that the roaster puts into the process. So when I find a good roaster, I like to share them. And well, hey, that's what this is all about, right? So I'll link to that video. I'll link to Copper Door below. If you have any questions, please feel free to leave them in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.